Oh yeah, when you want a goddamn cold cock beer and some fucking hockey, you come up to Regina, eh?
Oh yeah, we got the best beer here. It's not a pale ale, it's a Dale ale. Get your cold cock.
Get your cold cock and break into them American vehicles, Regina. Brought to you by the Regina Tourist Board.
Dogs, they're coming. They're coming your way. They'll be here soon.
What the hell is that sound?
Wolf cop.
Wolf cop.
Wolf cop.
Yeah, there's a new cop in the streets.
Lou, you're a wolf.
Cop.
Different dead bodies in my duffel bag. Slice your face, rip the head off your body. Slam a cold boom, pump your body with the shotty. Don't bother trying to hide, cause there's nowhere you can run from the wolf cop.
You promised me you would stay locked up. Where's your card?
Don't try to hide from the wolf cop.
I want its hairy head on my mantle.
Oh, damn. Mr. Wolfie got a plan. Forget Frankenstein.
Bring it
Focus
on,
the slam.
beast
Soon
man.
as that full moon, there's no turning back. I'm the wolf cop.
We don't need any unnecessary attention.
Woodhaven PD is all about discretion.
Yeah. You've got everything under control.
Cause I'm the wolf cop. Yeah, I'm the
Looks like I brought a knife to a wolf fight.
yeah.
You can't just bring up the that you had your car broken into the only time you've been to Regina.
Both times I've been to Regina.
Wait, was it really both times?
Yup.
Yeah, Regina sucks. Anyways, we watched Wolf Cop. Well, sorry. We watched another Wolf Cop. There's another one of these. They made a second. I don't know how they're gonna make a third, apparently.
See, we fucked up because there's Wolf Cop, and we're like, we're browsing through the trailer, like, oh, this is just an origin story about Wolf Cop. Who cares about that? I want to see Wolf Cop do dumb, weird shit.
Yeah.
So we went to another Wolf Cop, and it turns out there's a lot of continuity between the two in the Wolf Cop universe, and characters returning, and shit happening, and we're like, I don't know what any of this shit is.
They actually bothered with continuity. It's like a real trilogy. They cared. They're talking about shifters and aliens and all this shit, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And like the one character shows up and they're like, oh my god, he's back! And it's like, oh, wait, what? Who? What? Why?
It's like an Avengers movie of fucking schlubby Regina, like locals.
A schlubby
what?
Regina local police department, yes.
What the fuck? Oh no. Man, Wolf Cop is an adventure. I don't know if it's worth the admission price, but it's an adventure.
Yeah. I'll sum this movie up real quickly. Kevin Smith shows up as the mayor, often in pentagram t-shirts, and it is entirely the movie that you'd imagine Kevin Smith showing up for a cameo in as the mayor in pentagram t-shirts.
Yes.
Like that, it's 100% what that movie is. Whatever you imagine that movie is, that's what this is. It throws everything at the wall.
It almost feels like Kevin Smith wrote it because it's very similar to like some of his ridiculous movies. Like he made a movie about people turning into walruses.
This is
I
better.
guess like
This
it's
is
better.
This is better than what Kevin Smith normally writes.
Yeah,
this is much
It's
better.
definitely better than that, but it's like
It's
the
the
same
style.
of,
Yes,
of
sure.
like schlocky 80s B movie, and that's totally what they're
Well,
trying to do.
we watched a James Gunn movie last week, and now we watched an actual James Gunn movie this week.
Yes.
Like last
Yes.
week was Scooby-Doo, and yes, that's written by James Gunn, but this one feels like it should have been written and directed by James Gunn a lot more than Scooby does. Because this is just, it's very trauma. So people that aren't aware of like trauma films, it's just schlocky B action horror that is super gross out humor and tons and tons and tons of gore and just irreverent shit kind of everywhere. It's a lot. It throws everything at the wall. Like, it really does go for all of it. Like, it has shapeshifters, aliens, hockey players, weird beer. Like, cop who's a wolf, a six-titted cat werewolf lady, It has Richard Monster. It has our favorite character, Richard Monster, in it.
Yeah, everybody loves Richard Monster.
Yeah. We'll get into Richard Monster later. It's full of a lot of stuff. Like, yeah, it goes every place that you can imagine.
This movie is like Poultrygeist mixed with Surf Nazis Must Die, and that is a very specific reference to a very specific person. Okay?
Surf Nazis must die.
If you wanted to see Wolf Cop, Dick, do we have the movie for you? Because you get,
you get
to see some Wolf Cop,
that.
Dick. Yay!
Definitely that.
Yeah.
I will see you bright and early on duty with donuts. And put on some fucking pants.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Of course it would do that. I don't know why I didn't expect it to go there. Hell.
Oh my god.
And that's not even the Richard Monster.
No, that's not.
That's not the Richard Monster. So anyway, we're gonna get into what this movie does, because
There's not a lot of plot, but there's a lot of things that happen to Wolf Cop.
Yes.
It's very Teen Wolf, but as a cop. And way bloodier.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
And fucked up.
It is kind of a loosely, I understand what you're saying, the structure is similar, and that it's like a bunch of loosely connected scenes that just are things for the Wolf Cop to do, because it's fun to see Wolf Cop rip people's heads off.
Yes.
That's what this is. This movie is just like a splashing around in the glory of Wolf Cop just splattered in blood, ripping people to shreds, and finding many different weird ways for him to do that. It starts out with that, in fact, in media res, as there is a bank robbery? No, there's a delivery. No, they're doing a delivery. Right. This is never explained. They're saying they're doing a delivery, but, like, they're criminals, and they're all loaded up with guns, driving, like, honestly, what looks like an ice cream truck. And there's a cop car chasing them. They shoot up the cop car. It still keeps chasing them. So they pull out an RPG and blow the cop car up, at which point they hear a thump on the roof. And, of course, it's Wolf Cop. He rips through the roof and shreds somebody. And in the meantime, we also have the chief of police out at the local donut store chain, which is...
I actually don't remember the donut name.
Really?
Yeah.
Liquor Donuts. So...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're out
very
getting...
Canadian. A very Canadian.
Yes, they're out
American
getting liquor donuts,
yeah.
as you would get in Regina, eh? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're out getting liquor donuts, and they're having a conversation at the same time, and she's, like, talking to the rookie cops there, and she's like, you know, you gotta keep your eyes on the prize there, eh? And then it cuts back to Wolf Cop, and he's ripping the eyes out of a guy with his teeth.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, you know, like, if you want to get a leg up in this industry, and then it cuts back to Wolf Cop, and he's ripping somebody's legs off by, like, standing on them and putting his foot down and just
pulling it,
yeah, and then he's holding both of the legs up, so, yeah, and that is the perfect intro to exactly what this show is going to be. And if you're in for that,
sets it up.
does it, but, oof.
Keep your eye on the prize.
I don't. Oh, jeez!
Oh, God. Yeah, that's... Hey, it's Grindhouse, baby.
And everything else that you say, Chief.
Wipers aren't working.
The wipers aren't working.
Just got this car safe.
Wait, what?
Looks like I brought a knife to a wolf fight.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, Jesus!
Ah! Can't get a leg up in here, god damn it. He's really going for it. Keep your eyes on the prize, get a leg up!
Yeah, I mean, it sets up right away that this is gory nonsense, and just roll with it. It also opens on an infomercial, which is extremely important to the quote-unquote plot.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. The infomercials first. I forgot about that, yeah.
You're a loser. It's just a fact. But what if I told you that I could help you change all of that? I'm a winner, but then you probably already know that. I'm also a connoisseur and a curator of the best life has to offer. Everything that you'll never get to experience. Until now. Leveraging my excellent palate and dark star technology, we have strategically created chicken milk beer so that everyone can have a little taste of my success. So go on, slam a...
This is very much a, like, Zooman and the News early morning radio show, like, fucking joke beer. This is...
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's a really stupid name. But they're doing the infomercial. Sound guy fucks up and like drops the boom mic on him, so they killed the sound guy.
Oh yeah, they just go right into it, don't they?
They just fucking kill him.
Yeah, they have Dominatrix just turn around and he's like, alright, kill the sound. And she like grabs the boom mic and shoves it through his face.
Just because.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, but we're introduced to the beer. The chicken milk beer, which is extremely important to the plot of another wolf cop.
Yeah, that's true, is the funny thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so after Wolf Cop stops the criminals that were getting away in a delivery truck for some reason, he steals the cops' donuts and then goes back to his lair in the prison cell that he lives in the police station.
Yeah, they keep him locked underground in case he goes crazy, because he's a wolf cop. And the chief of police comes in and she's like, now the rookies are asking questions. You're a loose cannon, cop Lou Garou. I have to mention that, of course, he's Lou Garou. And she goes, you've sunk real low in the past, but stealing donuts from your fellow officers, that's a new low. Who cares about killing people? That's just what cops do.
Well, she starts chewing him out like, you were a loose cannon. What if a bystander got shot?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
As he, like, shredded these people, like, they open up the truck when they get there, like, the other cops, and it is drenched in gore. Like, there's just intestines lining the walls. This movie does not skimp on gore. There is a lot of it. Like, and so it's just bodies and blood everywhere all over this van. And she's like, oh, man, why'd you steal our donuts? You're in real trouble. Oh, shucks.
Like, it's very trauma to gloss over the gore.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
For sure. This movie's trying to be a trauma movie, and it honestly succeeds.
Yeah, I was going to say, it 100% nails the vibe it's going for.
At that point, Chief of Police Cop walks outside after chewing out Wolf Cop for being a loose cannon, and she meets Kevin Smith, a.k.a. the Mayor.
Yeah. They didn't tell Kevin Smith that he was on set. They just had him stop by and say, so how do you feel about hockey and chicken milk?
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, man, chicken milk? Yeah, I'd like slam it. What do you call this, cold cock? Yeah, I love it.
This movie really hates Regina, by the way. They spend so much time calling Regina a piece of shit.
Well, this is filmed in Regina, and probably a lot of the actors and extras are from Regina.
It's
so
great.
They know that Regina is shit.
It's so good.
Which is entirely accurate.
So he's talking about how much of a shithole Regina is to this cop, and he's like, yo, this brewery's gonna solve everything. Yeah, chicken milk beer. Yo, I came up with the slogan. Let's slam it a cold cock. What do you think? I'm going to slam a cold cock. And
cold cock. Oh, yeah, cold cock. Yeah. Yeah, just over and over and over.
But then Kevin Smith brings up a very interesting continuity issue, which is, hey, you ever seen Lou and Wolf Cop in the same place at the same time? Just saying.
Yeah. You've got everything under control. How many people have died in the last, 10 minutes? people dropping like it's crazy. They're dropping left and right.
They didn't even credit Kevin Smith for this.
Fucking
What?
wolf.
I'm looking at the list. It says uncredited. What?
Would you credit Kevin Smith for this?
Would Kevin Smith want to be credited for this?
You might want
Yes.
to try that. I'll take the edge.
I would think.
I'm more of a black gal, Bubba.
Maybe he saw the final product. He's like, Wolf Cop dick, I'm out.
No, Kevin Smith would have
No.
insisted it was in.
And then I'm gonna leave. Hopefully you'll answer me. If not, it'll just dramatically hang in the air. Ready? How come you never see this Wolf Cop and Lou Guru in the same place at the same time?
Spider-Man.
A Wolf Cop. God damn it, that sounds metal.
This is very stupid. I'm very... Oh, God. Yeah, he nails the Wolf Cop's identity in the, like, first 5 minutes of this film. He comes in and he goes,
Yeah.
I just got one question for you before you go. You ever see Lou Guru and Wolf Cop in the same spot?
Just out of nowhere, like, okay, man.
It's like, all right. So I guess everybody in town basically knows that Lou Guru is Wolf Cop. I mean, his name is Lou Guru. So, yeah. Not exactly a tough case to crack, to be fair.
At that point, we have Wolf Cop as Lou rather than as Wolf Cop.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to a warehouse where there was a giant gift package, which I think was inside the vehicle that the criminals were in or something.
Yes, that was when they were in the ice cream truck, they were saying like, oh my God, we gotta get this delivery done in 5 minutes or we're dead and stuff. So it was the delivery package that they had for sure.
And Lou opens up the package. It's full of goo. So he calls the police station like, yeah, it's just full of goo. I don't fucking know. Like, okay.
It's a goo box. Who does? Maybe it was going to Nickelodeon.
It's full of lizard
they gacked
goo.
Willie.
They did gag him. Yes, it's like they went to Nickelodeon Studios and slimed him. That's exactly it.
A package.
Oh shit.
I don't know, some kind of lizard goo.
Oh.
I don't know. See where Willie would have been really helpful. Okay, bye.
Whoa.
Well, that fucking hurt, you dick. Willie. Hi, Lou. Hey, man, before we, hug it out and all that shit, I gotta know one thing. Any of this goo yours?
So Willie pops out of the goo box, completely naked. He's like, hey, what's up? And he gets punched in the face.
And he gets punched in the face, and this is the big reveal because Willie is our best friend, sidekick, and shifter is what they call him from Wolf Cop 1. What the fuck is a shifter and who's Willie? Who knows? We didn't watch Wolf Cop 1. It doesn't matter.
I have no idea.
And then they immediately jump into a whole lot of shit and fart jokes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Willie's saying that he got probed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was captured by aliens and they probed him.
By he thinks aliens. And then they do a bunch of poop jokes because something's inside of him. Right? So
yeah,
that's the joke. But what pops out is the fucking dick monster.
Richard Monster, please. Let's not be.
Oh, sorry. This is
let's be formal here. Dick is what his friends call him. You can't just call him Dick.
Okay, so real quick aside.
Anyway, yeah, his penis is a monster.
No, okay, his penis is a monster. That's fine. So I used to work at Nintendo customer service.
No, this
is
fine.
important.
It's fine. Yes, okay, fine. His penis is a monster. Who cares? Let me tell you my Nintendo story.
I had a guy who harassed us for 3 days straight because his name was Dick, and he was mad that it was censored on Miiverse. And he was drunkenly calling us for 3 days about, what do you mean my name's offensive? What, I can't say dick?
Oh.
And he just called and harassed us. Every single person in the goddamn center got a message from this guy about his fucking dick name. I felt like that was important to the story about this dick monster. Richard Monster.
Yeah,
Sorry.
please stop. You need to... This is very important that you treat this monster with the respect it deserves. So yeah, there's a giant weird rubber puppet on his dick.
Yeah, there's a puppet dick. If anybody calls your puppet dick a dick, you call Nintendo customer service and tell them that it's not offensive.
You tell them that it better not be censored on Miiverse.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
he got probed, and now he has an alien dick. All right, let's cut to the next scene in a convenience store.
Yeah, it just kind of drops that real fast on you.
Okay. So Wolf Cop needs to go out and get beer because he's out of beer, and he can't masturbate without beer.
Yeah, I want to mention though. I actually the last scene, they did a kind of a cool thing in a way, in that they had 3 different transformations happening all at the same time when that was going on. Yeah. They kind of do
Good
that whole
editing,
thing
actually.
where like Wolf Cop is transforming into Wolf Cop because it's full moon, and he's having Richard Monster show up and all this kind of stuff. And it has like skin splitting open and all of them, and they're like shredding their skin and becoming the new thing that they are. And it's interesting. They do a really good job of shooting this movie. Like,
all the practical effects and the editing and such looks great.
yeah,
Like,
you can tell they had a lot of fun with this film. I don't know if this film is a recommend for me or not. It's something, but there's like actual talent involved in it. You can tell that.
yeah. So at the convenience store, well, the guy's selling Wolf Cop merchandise, which Wolf Cop doesn't appreciate, but he's like, yeah, all right, I get it. There's a hustle here. I understand.
It's pretty amazing because he's like, oh, like, is this legal? And he's like, oh yeah, sure, we cut him in for some of the profits. And the guy just like looks at him because like, what's he supposed to say? No, you aren't. I'm Wolf Cop. You can't say it. So
Right.
he's just like, oh, son of a bitch.
He got me, that fucker.
Yeah.
And on the television is the infomercial again, saying, hey, slam a cold cock. You fucking people in this awful town are terrible. Just do it.
Just do it.
Fuck
End your
Regina.
lives. Who cares? It's Regina. Get out of here.
Oh my god. And then we cut to somebody, like a robot, being worked on a, I guess, chair.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to, what is it, Club Fuck?
Club Fuck. Yes, that is
Club
correct.
Fuck.
Yeah, it goes from
Yeah.
they
Very
assemble
classy.
this big android thing in the lab underneath, which is in Dark Star Industries, which is a pentagram symbol with like a beer over it, and that's the cold cock makers, and obviously some very sinister, awful people, because I mean they're called Dark Star and they're making a giant evil robot. Yeah. This movie's not subtle.
So the robot goes to the strip club, Club Fuck, and is just watching the strippers for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And then some guy that's sitting next to him is like, hey, come on, throw a couple bucks at the stripper. What the fuck, dude? And then the robot goes on a killing rampage.
Yeah, this is where we got... Actually, this was where all the transformation scenes happen. They all happen simultaneously. Yeah. And I'm remembering that now because they started when the robot is watching the strippers. They started intersplicing it with the poop jokes from the other scene where the guy... True. Yeah. And they cut back and forth between the poop joke and a stripper putting her butt in the guy's face.
Yeah, because butt
to make poop.
Yeah.
To really emphasize that. So I just need to make sure that everybody gets the full impact of the movie that we're watching, because these things they're important to the feel of the film, I would say.
Yeah. So they call the cops, or whatever. Somebody calls the cop and is like, hey, something's happening at the strip club. So the cops show up, and I think Wolf Cop hears about it. No, he's like, holy shit, no, at the convenience store, Wolf Cop's like, hey, what time is it? 10 o'clock. Fuck, I gotta go to the strip club.
Yeah, he's like,
I
oh
forgot
god
about
damn it,
that.
I'm gonna lose my reservation that I have at the down at Club
I forgot.
Fuck.
That's why he shows up. I forgot. Okay, so the cops show up and they go in with Wolf Cop, who shows up on a snowmobile with no snow on the ground, just gliding on the fucking road
With like a massive trail of sparks behind him because you can't fucking do that. Like they operate on chains when there's no
What a
snow.
guy.
So yeah, there's just
It's so
sparks
good.
flying up everywhere. The rookies have already gone in, and one of them has just gotten absolutely massacred by the Robo thing.
That's the rookie who was drinking a cold cock, just slamming down a cold cock as he walked in. And then he was also, and then his partner is like, why are you drinking that beer right now? He's like, it's not a beer, it's a stout.
That rooster just beer.
It's not beer.
Yeah.
It's not beer, it's stout.
God. Yes. Yeah. We all know that guy.
What's up with those beer purists? Like, come on. Not everything is some special shitty IPA that all tastes the same. To be fair, though, stouts are pretty good.
Microbrewery.
This microbrewery.
That's all I know. I'm just gonna say microbrewery over and over because that's the only thing I know about that. I am not into beer culture. But yeah, so he gets shredded by the robot as well as all of the strippers and club patrons. And then the chief and Wolf Cop go in, and Wolf Cop gets his ass kicked by the robot at first until the chief makes a Molotov cocktail and burns the robot.
Well, the chief also comes up with the master plan of, I have a single gun, and that rookie's dead, so now I have 2 guns, which means I can definitely take down this robot. Blam, blam, blam.
Yeah, they have Wolf Cop, and then they have Gun Cop, and Gun Cop is more effective than Wolf Cop, as it turns out.
Yeah, that's true. And then the Molotov eventually takes out the robot, I guess.
And that's the last we ever really hear or see of the robot, because none of that ever matters again.
There's not robots anymore in the movie. It's
No.
just that one.
Yeah. I don't know what they were going for with that, other than they were like, hey, do you want to make a big robot for this movie? And they went, yeah, fuck yeah. Like, it could shred a bunch of people. That'd be cool. And then they do it. And it was kind of cool, I guess. Was it cool?
Yeah,
I don't know. It was fun.
It was interesting.
It was something.
So Wolf Cop's been mortally wounded by robot, and Earl from My Name is Earl, who's named Willie.
Yeah. It is important to recognize that he is absolutely 100% My Name is Earl. He's Earl from it.
Yeah. He decides to bring Wolf Cop to a Wiccan to help solve his mortally wounded problem.
Yeah, his Wiccan sister.
His Wiccan sister.
Leans in and sniffs him, and she goes,
Miracle he's alive.
Well, Lou Guri was the strongest and bravest man that I know.
What? I don't...
You do.
Yeah.
Oh my god. He's a lichen.
And Willie goes, yeah, and a werewolf too.
That's actually like a really good joke.
It was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's very well written. So she starts looking around, making like potions and hitting something with a mortar and pestle, making a powder. And she's like, here, sniff this. What is that, Coke? Nah, moon rock.
It's moon rock. And I actually love this as a thing. Like, this is kind of real smart because, like, full moon werewolf lore. And then it's like, oh, well, I mean, if you're powered by the moon, imagine fucking snorting it.
Yeah, so he snorts it, like she makes him snort it, and he starts healing, and then Earl's like, fuck, I gotta get some of that.
Yeah, so in the background...
Just grabs a bunch of it and like rubs it on his teeth and shit. Fucking guy.
So good. Like, while they're talking and they kind of turn their backs to him for a second, he like leaps in and just like rubs it in his mouth, and you're like, fuck, god damn it.
It's just a rock.
It's just rock.
Oh my god.
So then they get to fucking...
Yeah, okay,
that's kind of right after this, isn't it?
Yeah, because she's like kind of hitting on him afterwards. And then they sort of cut to another scene. They cut back to Earl, who is now watching TV with his...
Yeah, they go out to the bar and like have a talk, and then, yeah.
Yeah, because they have like a boring conversation about who cares. And then they come back, and she like jumps on him, and they're like on each other, and they move to the bed. She goes behind a curtain, takes off her shirt, takes off her pants, takes off her skin.
Yeah, they show it like over the side of one of those little partitions that people get dressed behind that nobody in real life has, but all the movies have them. And yeah, she just goes off like clothes in order and then her skin, and
then she's a Jellicle.
Yes, but more atomically correct.
Somehow.
Yeah, she's she's more anatomically correct. She's got a lot of breasts.
There are 6 boobs.
There's a lot
and
of breasts.
The makeup looks way better than Cats 2019 in every possible way.
It actually really does. It looks
and I don't know.
like it.
I could see this cat with all 6 boobs out singing fucking Heavy Inside Lair.
Jellicle cats,
Jellicle cats. Like, holy shit, I can see it. It's in my brain. You don't understand.
Mungo, Jerry, and Grumple.
What?
Yeah.
Took off her skin. Oh my god, it's Cats 2019!
The cats? Oh god!
Oh god! Oh, it is. I hate it.
Oh god.
And instead, we got like a 3-minute fucking sex scene.
Well, that's not entirely fair. It's not just the sex scene. We also have My Name is Earl sitting out on the couch, smoking some weed and turning up the TV so we can't hear it. To which his Richard monster yells at him and says, like, "Come on, stop bogarting the weed, man!" And so he's passing it back and forth with Richard Monster, the other character that's in the scene of this. Yeah,
classic. And then the infomercial comes on. And the dick monster, Richard Monster, looks at the television entranced. And Earl/Willie is like, "Oh, you like that, huh?" And then another transformation starts occurring.
Mm-hmm.
And he's given birth to a little puppet monster.
Yep, he gives birth to a little gremlin. They're like these weird green rubber puppets. They're very obviously just rubber puppets, but they're pretty great. They're like 3 foot high little gremlin things with weird teeth.
Wolf Cop and sexy Wiccan cat girl come out of the bedroom.
This movie is so impossible to describe. It's so what it is.
And then Earl's like, "Oh, you might want to watch out. There's a little puppet monster running around. I think I gave birth to it. I think it's my son."
Yeah.
And it starts biting Wolf Cop, and they chase it away into another room, and Earl has a gun. He's like, "Shoot it, man! Shoot it!" Earl lifts up his gun and aims, like, "I can't, man! It's my son!"
Yeah, a single tear rolls down Earl's cheek, and he's like, "I just can't. It's too much, man. I love the little guy. I love my Richard Monster."
And then his sister just grabs the gun and fucking blasts it. Blam, blam!
Yeah, and she comes in and just starts blasting. And it's dead.
What a fucking movie. I can't. I can't.
There's a lot going on here. I may need a break from the podcast. Commercial break. Hey, you ever need a Dale Ale? Get cold cocked. Come to Regina.
Get cold cocked.
If you're an American, you can have your car broken into, but that's okay. They'll do it politely.
Intermission.
All right, back from commercial break. Let's keep going with the movie.
Okay. Why does that always happen to me when I go to Regina? The fuck? People?
You've got American plates. Canadians are not particularly happy with Americans right now, or ever.
So after the snorting moonrock, sex with werecat, having an alien puppet baby scene, we move on to the basement of a ice rink arena where Mayor Kevin Smith shows up with Evil Guy to talk about their advertising campaign for chicken milk beer, and Kevin Smith getting a shitload of money.
Yeah, and he makes like a few jokes about he makes some incredibly niche jokes about how arenas are always so big because they have secret labs underneath them, which I don't know. There's like some very, very Canadian niche hockey joke type things in this. It's really, yeah, it's something.
And he gives Kevin Smith a cold cock. Kevin Smith slams that cold cock. And then before he gives them the money, he turns on a little spinny light toy, which causes Kevin Smith to have an alien pop out of his chest and die.
Yes. I love how much so like they have this weird little stick pop, like it's got like a round top on it and then it just spins and lights up. That's literally just a children's toy. Like, you can buy those. I've seen them everywhere.
Yeah.
I just love that they just use that, like, something that I remember from my childhood. You'll probably remember it if you see it. It's those little globe spins that just have a bunch of LED lights on them, and so when it spins, it makes a bunch of, like, light streaks, and that's all it is.
I'm pretty sure those were prizes at my, like, county fair.
Yeah. It's exactly that, yeah. You can buy them for, like, 50 cents, I'm sure. They're nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, at that point, we're getting to the hockey game.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, like, the big,
unveiling thing for their big campaign for cold cock. Chicken milk beer was... God. just saying that, Anyway, the big campaign
keep it together, man. Keep it together. Come on. Look, everything we're talking about is exactly what happens. Keep it together, man.
So their big chicken milk campaign for the beer is that they've got like an arena over top of where they're making the beer, which is also over top of their secret lab. And so to unveil their new beer, they're having a big hockey game with a bunch of giant mutant men with silver mask faces, I guess. Because that's totally legal.
They all look like Casey Jones from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it's great because the other hockey team, though, is like all of these really gross, like 40-year-old guys with horrible scraggly hair and long beards and like yellowed out teeth and half of them missing. So it's like most hockey teams. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just hockey players.
they actually got an actual hockey team. It's great. Yeah.
So they're giving out their new beer, chicken milk beer, to everybody in the stands, and all the players are getting sprayed with it.
Yeah, they spray the players. God damn it! Well, hold up. You're not fully selling that because the chicken mascot comes out and has a big like weed sprayer hose thing and hoses down the opposing team, the people that aren't in masks, with their chicken milk beer in a very sexual manner, just to highlight it. And remember, these are hockey players that we're doing this with.
And then Wolf Cop gets onto the ice as the goalie for the opposing team, I suppose.
Yeah.
And the referee, which is now Earl/Willie, also comes onto the ice. And then they start the national anthem with Organa playing the organ.
Organo.
Oh, Canada.
Please, it was Organo. Get his name right. Nobody else in this movie.
Nobody else fucking got it right.
Yeah, they make a big joke about it. We call him oregano or oregano or, all this stuff. It's Organo who plays the organ.
And he sings the classic, Oh, Canada.
Slave them all. I love that nobody's questioning any of this.
Yeah. This is ridiculous.
But yeah, this is before every like American game too. Like,
yeah, but they shouldn't. In any of them.
Yeah, I know, but in the NHL they do that too. So,
yeah.
So like Canadian anthem is often played in the NHL.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not talking about whether or not it should be.
Is this also like a Canadian game?
I mean, you ever had arena beer?
Oh, Canada, you're all gonna fucking die.
Kill, 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 kill! Yeah, they
Like,
very
as it's
quickly
playing, you're like,
devolve
wait
into
a
that.
minute. They're like, wait a minute, that's not right.
No. Everybody just still has their hands over their hearts. You can't sit down for the anthem. Everybody knows that's the real Canadian anthem.
Yeah,
It's
you have
just
to
a
wait till it
French
ends.
translation.
Yeah.
You have to do both sides of it.
Yeah, that
we're
makes
a
sense.
multilingual country, please.
And then all the aliens start bursting out of the chests of the people on the crowd, and the hockey team also starts like vomiting and falling, and it's just Wolf Cop versus these like super mutant fucks.
Well, hold up. So they're all screaming and yelling and dying and fighting off these aliens, and you see the hockey players vomiting on the ice, and like I said, you said, people struggling with their alien babies that are popping out of their chests in the stands.
Yes.
And then you get a cut of all the straight edge punk rock cheerleaders cheering everybody on. Because they haven't had any of the beer, because I think they're straight edge cheerleaders.
Rule.
They're like roller derby girls.
Yeah, they rule.
Yeah, so they're just sitting there, and then it's Wolf Cop versus those fucks.
Yeah, it's because we get the Wolf Cop song.
They very specifically have to... Okay, so what happens is, they're still playing the game, some of the hockey players are still up, and they start playing hockey because of reasons. I don't know why the hockey game is still on in the middle of this massacre for the real plan. And they go to shoot a goal, but Wolf Cop is too powerful and stops their shot. I thought this was robots at first. Like, I figured they were all robots, but
they look like it, yeah.
I think they're just people. Like, they're just people, right?
They're either people that they've somehow manipulated.
Yeah.
Or they're just people that they hired and put hockey masks on for no reason.
Yeah, they make like this big deal, like they're like these big, like weird people with all these silver masks on to like hide who they are. And then it seems like they're just people because Wolf Cop eviscerates them. And I mean that literally. Like, there are multiple scenes of him using a hockey stick to gouge out somebody's stomach and have all of their intestines spill out onto the ground. They show this multiple times. And the punk edge cheerleaders, of course, are just like screaming in the background.
They're like, this is great! Woo! Go Wolf Cop!
Go Wolf Cop! What a good derby!
It's so good.
This tracks with all the derby girls that I know, so it's pretty accurate.
Yes.
It's never a bad time to drink, so.
These punk girls. Okay. Alright, movie. Fuck you. This is great.
Again, I don't think that's how hockey sticks work either.
Well played. Good hockey game.
Oh man, he's scored a goal. Ever.
Tonight we have a moron challenging Bug and Wolf Cop.
Okay, so Earl/Willie goes up to the organ room and kills Organo to stop the music, and then takes over playing the Wolf Cop song and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And at that point, the evil guy is like, go get him, fuckers. I'm leaving with this hostage I took, who's part of the police force. So now the police have to care, because they wouldn't care if it was anybody but a police officer. And then...
They actually basically make that clear early on, too. Like, when they go to Club Fuck early on, they're like, oh, well, like, there's a bunch of people inside that are dead. Oh, okay. And then they go in and they see, like, their dead rookie, and they're like, oh my god, this cannot stand. And it's like, yeah,
he killed a cop.
Yeah.
The only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he takes the hostage down, I guess, to, like, the basement or, like, the bottom floor.
Who knows? Some emergency exit. He's leaving.
And Chief Gun Cop follows after him and has him at gunpoint near the door. And he's like, hey, you better let me go, or I'll blow the place up because there's fucking dynamite here too, bitch.
Yeah, there's like a single stick of dynamite that happens to be right next to him at this exact moment, just because then he can show her that he's got dynamite. Like, it's not that he's carrying the dynamite. There's a bomb that's just been planted in this arena for him to blow up as he leaves, but it happens to be like 6 inches from his head right now as he's leaving, simply so he can show it to her. It's very fucking dumb.
So he leaves out the door because she lowers her weapon.
Yeah, let's go
and
the hostage.
leaves the hostage behind. And then they are like, fuck, we gotta go get Wolf Cop. So they go back to the arena where Wolf Cop is still dealing with these normal human beings wearing hockey masks to make themselves look like mutants.
Mm-hmm.
And he's starting to run low on moon juice because it's not a full moon, and all he did was snort a bunch of moon coke. So they take they take some of the moon coke and pour it in some water.
No, hold up. Before that, he's getting the shit kicked out of him by all the people because there's too many of them.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
There is a hillbilly in the stand who's just been sitting there drinking moonshine out of a mason jar with his massive scythe on his shoulder the whole time.
He just has a scythe, yeah.
And My Name is Earl runs up to him, he's got like his big moon rock, and he goes, wait, I can solve this. And I was like, oh my god, he's gonna have him do a massive moon rock line, and I nailed it. I knew exactly where this movie was going. So he chops up the moon rock with the scythe, and then puts a line on the blade, edge of the blade, and holds it out so that Wolf Cop can skate by and snort the biggest line of moon coke off the fuck. I can't do it.
Keep it together. We're almost done. Keep it together.
Okay, so he snorts the moon coke off the scythe, the whole length of the scythe, and then he goes apeshit and starts ripping them apart, and then he powers down later, so then they get to the second part of it, which is happening now.
Which is the moonshine.
Yeah.
They pour the rest of the moon coke into the moonshine and make him drink it. Yeah.
At the same time, we have the dog movie legally required dominatrix, who is the henchwoman of the main bad guy, fighting off the police chief cop. And she ends up beating the hell out of police chief cop. And, oh god, how does she get away again?
She just leaves.
Yeah, she just runs, right? Yeah, like, so she slips out of it.
Exit stage right, yeah.
Yeah. So
and then she shows up later in the armored Zamboni.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Moon Cop, the gun cop gets beat up by the dominatrix until she manages to, like, give her the slip where she, like, grabs her tack vest and she, like, slips out of the vest and runs away. And then, dominatrix shows up in the military Zamboni. That's all I can decide to call it. Yeah. It's got a 50 caliber mounted on the top of the Zamboni. It's not a Zamboni. It's just like a fucking tank. They didn't... I wish that they had actually done a Zamboni with like a 50 cal on it. It kind of sucks.
Way better.
They just grabbed like a military vehicle. I wish that they had spent some time and like edited up a Zamboni to be Mad Max's shit. Instead, they just get a regular military vehicle.
So Wolf Cop's weakened from fighting all these normal people in hockey masks.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been hurt badly and is on the ground as the Zamboni tank is rolling towards him, about to run him over. And oh god, what's going to happen to Wolf Cop? But don't worry, werecat Lycan, Wiccan, whatever, shows up and pulls Dominatrix out of the Zamboni and kills her.
No, not yet.
Doesn't she?
Throws her into the stands. She dies
in a different way.
She dies in a much better way than that.
Yes.
She throws her into the stands to disarm her from the Zamboni. Throws her over the boards. And then they're like kind of celebrating there, and then it cuts back to the dominatrix chick laying on the ground, like as she's coming to in the stands, and she's being stood over by 3 roller derby straight edge punk rockers who then splatter with blood as they shit kick her to death. I am not making this up. This is just this movie.
And then at that point, Chief Officer Cop is like, "Oh yeah, by the way, this place is gonna blow. Let's blow this joint." And then everybody fucking leaves. The stadium blows up, and then the movie decides it's over.
Then they all pull out regular beer and crack it open and sit on the tail, like the trunks of their cars, and watch as the arena burns as they drink beer.
Yeah, and then it just ends.
And then it ends. But Wolf Cop will return!
In Wolf Cop 3.
We get
another
a
Wolf Cop.
mid-credit stinger, Marvel movie style.
Holy shit. What the fuck is this movie?
It's Wolf Cop. It's another Wolf Cop.
It's another Wolf Cop. I feel like I need to watch Wolf Cop.
We need to watch Wolf Cop
everything.
1 now. We gotta get context for this.
Yeah, I need to watch the first one to understand what the fuck is happening in Wolf Cop, another Wolf Cop.
I feel like we'll be disappointed going into Wolf Cop 1 looking for understanding.
It's so fucking wild and none of it makes sense. And I need something, movie. I need something. Oh my god.
Yeah, because I mean, the whole time it kind of talks about how Willie was a shifter and was killed in the first movie by Gun Cop, but now he's back, and they say like, oh well, like the Dark Star people are shifters, but then they're like, oh, I think they're not human, and it's like, well, but wait, are shifters not human? So like, I don't know what a shifter is. But then they have all the talk about like, oh, I think they're aliens because they probed Willie, but then maybe they're not, maybe they're shifters. But what the fuck's a shifter? And why are they doing chicken milk? And what are the little alien things that they impregnate in people? Is that in the first movie? I don't know.
I feel like this is like watching Endgame without watching the other 40 movies before it.
Yes, this is entirely... What we're trying to say is that Wolf Cop and Marvel movies are extremely similar.
Yes, they're the exact same movie. If you loved Thor, you gotta watch Wolf Cop. Another Wolf Cop too.
Well, okay, we'll put it this way, right? Okay, so take an M, imagine it in your mind, right? Just imagine an M.
Yeah.
Now take that M and flip it upside down. Whoa! And you get a W! So it's the WCU! It's the Wolf Cop Cinematic Universe. It makes perfect sense. It's exactly like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. All right.
Wolf Cop had a W on his car that he cut in.
He did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ripped a big
fucking Wolf Cop, man. Like, this is such a trauma movie. It's got fucking puppet monsters. It's got gore. It's got puns. It's got
a lot of shit scenes, a lot
of shit,
literally
poop humor.
Yeah,
like holy fuck, this is the most trauma thing I think we've watched.
I don't know whether or not to recommend this movie, but thankfully we don't have to. We just have to rate the dogs.
Yeah, well, we gotta rate Wolf Cop.
We've got to rate Wolf Cop. How do you rate Wolf Cop, Boyks?
How do you rate Wolf Cop? That's a goddamn good question.
I'm going to say I'm not going to rate Wolf Cop. Okay, so I feel like Wolf Cop is a Dale Ale out of a Pale Ale.
Dale Ale out of a Pale Ale?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Wolf Cop's like not a very good dog. He's not very loyal. He drinks a lot. Mostly looks at porn.
There's a lot of
God damn it, he's got a lot of heart.
Jerking off, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot of heart, that dog. I'm gonna have to give him like a very controversial 9 out of 10.
Ooh, alright, getting close there. Alright. How are you going to rate Wolf Cop's Richard Monster? Who features prominently
like Willie's?
in this film?
No, Wolf Cop's. Oh. I'm gonna pass.
No. We shouldn't rate Wolf Cop Richard Monster. I'll be fair. We shouldn't rate Wolf Cop Richard Monster. It's not an actual character. But how do we rate Richard Monster, the character?
Oh, like Willie's alien Richard?
Well, yeah, please don't be gross about it. Rate as Richard Monster.
Not very cute. Kind of a dick.
I'm gonna rate it a good 69 out of 420 for the weed number, the 69. Yeah.
That's a really low rating when you think about the percentages.
I mean, I wouldn't want to rate it higher than that. It wasn't exactly a great part of this film.
No, I'd rate him an alien probe out of 10. Yeah, that makes sense.
Do we want to rate the cat monster?
That reminded me way too much of Cats 2019. And
Jellicle out of 10.
I do not want to remember Jellicle Cats and Jellicle Cats.
Jellicle Cat. She looks better than they do. She's less disturbing. Like, they meant her to be more disturbing. This is the tragedy of these two films, Cats and Wolf Cop. In Cats, they wanted the cats to look good, but they made them look horrendous. And in this, they wanted to make her look horrendous, and they made her look okay.
They put way more effort into it than Cats.
They really did. It's all practical is why, so it works.
There's only one way to end another Wolf Cop podcast episode. Come on! Brush my hair, read my lines, it's time to go! Put on my suit, put the makeup on,